The fantasy football trade deadline has passed, but Justin Boone's playoff rankings are a valuable tool for managers chasing a championship. This week, Boone released his final rest-of-season rankings and value charts, offering guidance for managing rosters, whether you're debating waiver adds, drops, or adjusting lineups heading into the fantasy playoffs. Quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, and tight ends all see movement, with some players rising and others falling as we enter the critical stretch. Joe Burrow of the Bengals is a clear riser. Since returning from injury, he's posted back-to-back QB1 finishes, totaling over 500 yards, 6 touchdowns, and just 2 interceptions. None of his upcoming playoff opponents, the Ravens, Dolphins, and Cardinals, pose major concerns. Even with T. Higgins' uncertain status as he works to clear concussion protocol, Burrow remains a high-end fantasy option in what should be a high-scoring matchup with Baltimore. Brock Purdy of the 49ers also joins the list of quarterback risers. Saquon Barkley of the Eagles has finally found his rhythm, racking up over 100 yards and a touchdown on 20 touches last Sunday. Lane Johnson's expected return will bolster the Eagles' offense, coinciding with an easy upcoming schedule during the fantasy playoffs against the Raiders, Commanders, and Bills. Barkley's path is clear to a strong finish, making him a top-tier fantasy running back. Travis Etienne Jr. of the Jaguars is another running back on the rise. Wideout Jauan Jennings of the 49ers has been quietly consistent, producing solid stat lines over his last 5 games, including multiple touchdowns and yardage in challenging matchups. His upcoming schedule against the Titans, Colts, and Bears, all top 10 defenses against wide receivers, sets him up for a productive fantasy stretch run. Jakobi Meyers of the Jaguars is another wide receiver riser. At tight end, Harold Fannin Jr. of the Browns continues to climb, despite being available in over 40% of Yahoo leagues. He ranks TE11 in fantasy points per game and has been among the top scorers over the past 3 weeks. With David Njoku dealing with a knee issue, Fannin is positioned to see increased targets from Shadur Sanders, offering top 5 upside for the remainder of the season. Cowboys tight end Jake Ferguson is also trending upward. On the flip side, Justin Herbert of the Chargers is a faller. Despite suiting up after surgery on his non-throwing hand and playing behind a depleted offensive line missing both star tackles, Herbert's fantasy production has struggled. While his presence helped the Chargers secure a win, his numbers continue to dwindle, making him a more volatile option as the playoffs approach. Boone's rankings provide clarity on who to trust and who to pivot away from as the fantasy playoffs begin, helping managers make the critical decisions that could define their championship run.